Hey everybody, Greg here. How are you? Alright, we're going to do some more Slay the Spire. Got some victories under our belt, so we can ignore our devastating and easily avoidable losses. Might do a defect run. You know, he's the master of magic, spells and illusion, and the enemies crumble in fear and confusion. So, yeah, let's do that. Alright, what do we got here? 21 damage to choose a rare card. That's not bad necessarily, but a lot of his rare cards are very dependent on you having a deck build already going. I mean, you can build around his rare cards. Depends. How many shops, or how many rest sites do we have here? I mean, we can do a path with 3 on either side. We'll just take the gold for right now. I'm gonna go here. We'll get some early question marks. I know there's some people will tell you more question marks are bad. I'm in the more question marks are good. I'm in the more question marks are good camp. Granted, yes, you are taking the risk of possibly not getting cards that will help you take out those early elites. But at the same time, the early game rewards that you can get on these question marks, because a lot of them will give you relics or card removals. We'll take out a regular strike. They're not that good on the defect. We're definitely going to take the max HP to make up for that fact. Pentagraph, we heal 25 at the start of boss combats. That's really good for us. And an early shop. Oh, so close to being able to get Molten Egg. So, what did we just pick up? Oh, White Noise. 50% discount on all products, huh? I think that worked out pretty well. Okay, now we are going to start upgrading our cards that cost 1 and upgrade to 0 cost. Yeah, machine learning, that's not that great. The real question is, we probably want to get our defragment out before we wake the Lagavulin. Okay, let's do that. And we have to wake him up this turn or he will wake up himself. Alright. I'm going to take a little bit of that damage. Okay. Oh god, we are getting leap at the worst possible turns. It's only 9. So let's block a little bit of that damage and kill him next turn. Alright. Toy Ornithopter. Whenever you use the potion, heal 5 HP. It's not that that's a bad relic. It's really not. It's just a kind of useless relic at the moment. Obviously we don't have any potions, and well, there you go. We're doing a potion run. We cannot take Sozu now, because the White Beast statue potions always appear in combat rewards. That means we're going to have tons of extra potions to use. Let's transform into Defend. We got a ton of defensive cards. Doom and Gloom. Alright, this deck's starting to take a weird turn. Oh my god. We're so close to getting Lee's Waffle, too. Do we want to remove a card? we want to keep dual cast now because we got Doom and Gloom. That's going to help us double evoke these dark orbs. Honestly, let's do that for right now. That'll help us through that Emerald Elite fight. Okay. I mean, if it's a Gremlin Knob, we might honestly die, especially an Emerald Gremlin Knob. But that'll help. Do we want to channel more Frost? Like, just constantly cycle orbs? We'll do a rainbow build. Or we could hologram. Yeah, let's get hologram. We'll hologram back things. We're going to skip that shop for right now. Remove a card from your deck. Alright, let's remove another strike. Keeping this deck lean. Okay, not too bad. It is, ooh, and double defragments. Do that to heal. Do that to heal. So he's going to heal up a little bit, and they'll recover from that 10 damage. But what we did is helped ourselves to conquer that guy. So we want to do a Doom and Gloom. And we'll do that to evoke our Ice Orb. Not a whole lot we can do there. So at this point we're just kind of keeping them from leveling up too much. There you go. And you saw what the Dark Orb did. You evoke it, and it does the bottom damage to the weakest enemy. Not too bad. Frozen Egg. We'll upgrade all our powers as soon as we pick them up. That is good, because if you noticed, we were taking a lot of powers here. We still have to upgrade our defragment we got before getting the Frozen Egg, but that's not bad. Who's our boss? We need a little bit more aggression, I think. We will take that, that lightning strike there. Ball lightning, rather. And we will smith that defragment. Does need to be done very urgently, because we're going to heal with the pentagraph, so there was no reason to waste a heal. Plus we got turn 1 Glacier. That's going to start piling on the defense. Okay, so a couple of powers here. Not all that useful. So you see, evoke deals 6 damage. So that's going to keep growing, and by the time it gets up to here, hopefully we'll be able to use it on his main form and simply take him out. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Then we'll only be taking 5 damage, which we healed anyways from using the Ornithopter in the first place. And we're going to do that. We're going to let this one keep growing. What we want to do is dual cast it. And dual cast is in our discard pile, so we'll use hologram to get it out. And 30-30. Yeah. That's also going to give him 10 damage. So we only have to fight 2 14 HP slimes now. That is extremely doable. And yeah, pretty good run there. For the first floor. We're going to go ahead and take buffer, prevent the next 2 times you lose HP. That is really good. And tempted to take nuclear battery. You can no longer rest at rest sites. I mean, we heal before boss combats. Or we could continue taking cards out of our deck. Get rid of our last 2 strikes, start replacing them with something else. Or even a strike and defend, because we have a Glacier. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. we're going to keep this deck lean. So the idea right now is to constantly, because if you look, 3 cards leave our deck, and that brings us down to 10 cards. Oh no, 4 cards leave our deck. So we have a 9-card deck right now when everything's been played out. So that gives us every other hand we'll be getting Doom and Gloom and dual cast. So, you know, that's pretty good. We kind of want to keep that. I'm sure the deck will thicken up a bit as we go on, especially if we start pivoting into anything like a storm build, which I am leaving open by taking all these powers. They're helpful in their own right. Okay, so let's do that. Let's do that. Echo Form's really good. Echo Form, of course, lets you play the first card you play each turn is played twice. We'll get a whole bunch of orbs going here, and we will get ready to dual cast the hell out of them. But first, we're going to do that, and we're going to do that. We should have done that in the opposite order. Still okay. Do 22 damage. Oh, I love that so much. Chill. It's got to be chill. Chill not only gets out of our deck, but it starts us off with a whole bunch of frost orbs. 1 for every enemy on the field. Okay, so he's going to hex us. We'll go ahead and do that. Eh. That's going to take one of our buffs off. I'm going to go ahead and do this and get another lightning orb out. And even though that's going to take our last charge of a buffer, it sets us up to do a big orb turn, which will be right now. Alright. Boot sequence, really good. We'll take it. Same deal, it burns itself out of our deck. If we didn't have buffer, I would consider that, but we do, so not the most useful thing ever. Kunai. Every time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 1 dex. We're not doing that a lot, but we can always add in a claw or something to help make Kunai more realistic. Okay. See what we can do to this Snecko here. Well, for sure that. And I guess we'll just play that expensive buffer to keep us alive here while we try and get some low-cost cards. And you see they retain the cost there. Let's go ahead and white noise and do that. We'll just let buffer take care of that for us. And since we didn't take any actual damage, it doesn't trigger static discharge, if you're wondering what was going on there. Ball lightning, a little doom and gloom, and let him give us some damage rather, because he will be dead soon. Doom and gloom and that, and he dies from our lightning. Yeah, I'll take double fire potions. There's Storm. Alright. So we got an upgraded copy of Storm. We now just have to make sure that upgrade hologram so it does not go away, and we can keep cycling back through our dual casts. Hello World's not that good for us, but I'm going to play it anyways, just to go with our deck theme here. And dual cast. Now, if dual cast was upgraded, we could hologram and then double do that. Or do that twice, rather. We're going to go ahead and get him close to death. I was hoping the lightning would hit him. But it went ahead and killed him anyways with the ball lightning. That is not our upgraded hologram. That's the one Hello World put into our deck. We're going to go ahead and buffer. We're going to do that. And we'll chill just to evoke one of those orbs. We want to block at least one hit or he will take both charges of buffer. Okay. Liquid bronze. FTL is probably better than beam. Well, there's a claw, but we're going to take a defragment first. Defragment. Let's take the fragment, we'll take claw, and we'll get the final strike out of our deck. And we could take a swift strike. So what that would do is that we would have swift strike, claw, and FTL. And our only attack that would cost energy would be ball lightning, and that would be in an attempt to trigger kunai multiple times. But I would honestly rather wait for another copy of Claw to turn up. That's far more powerful. Alright, we're going to have some thorns on all the time. We'll keep smithing cards here. Smith dual cast. It not costing 0 is really hurting us. Especially since, you know, we got all these ways to get dark orbs and stuff. Okay, so that is a debuff. It will be blocked with artifacting, which we don't have by default, unfortunately. That's going to lose 1 focus at the start of every turn. So we have 6 turns before our orbs start becoming useless to take these guys out. If you have a way to get artifacting or start because of the Clockwork Souvenir, Cognitive Bias is really good. Otherwise, just save it. It's your trump card. You're getting close to where you need to tip the battle in your favor and start ending it quickly. You want to play Cognitive Bias. So we're going to do that. And we'll take out one of them, just so that we can not have to take a ton of damage. We are going to take a little bit. That's okay. Pretty good battle there. That's what Liquid Memories does, for the record. We covered... So one of my videos, I couldn't remember what Liquid Memories did, and it's choose a card in your discard pile and return it to your hand. It costs 0 this turn. So it's like a potion version of hologram, only slightly better. We don't need any more boot sequences, I don't think. But we do need to continually upgrade cards. We will upgrade that leap now, just in case we don't draw into our glacier. We will still have a strong defend card. So we're going to storm, we're going to chill, and then we're going to glacier. So that's 26. They're going to do 2032. We'll go ahead and do that. We could also have Liquid Memoried into Glacier. Alright. Defrag. We'll buffer. And we're going to Liquid Memories into our Doom and Gloom. Just hurt them a little bit. see what white noise, creative AI, that's really good. And go into dual cast. Stay fully defended. He's going to make it so we can't attack this next turn, but we have very few attacks in our deck, so we just want to focus Glacier, and we're fine. Another copy of Storm. Alright. Oh, Mummified Hand. I knew this had to be a power deck. Once we got that frozen egg, I just, you knew that's where we were tilting. As good as Rip and Tear is, we're not going to take it. Especially upgraded, it's really good. That's 18 damage for 1 energy. In spite of that, not happening. Doom and Gloom, and we'll go ahead and take a little bit of damage from his attack here. So let's Claw, let's do that. Let's do this to bring Zap back, and now that's at the front of the pile, ready to be dual cast. But first, defrag, T-frag, Echo Form, and play that leap. Distilled Chaos, that's better than Liquid Thorns. We already have Thorns. No, none of those. Like, 6 Thorn damage is great and all, but, I mean, it's not gonna make or break that next battle that we're heading into. Let's go ahead and upgrade Zap so that we can continually bring it back with Hologram. Okay. So, there's our Storm. And we're going to go ahead and distill that Chaos. Start building up that Claw. That kind of sucks. I wanted that buffer. We're probably going to go for the buffer before the defrag. And although Hello World, I did describe it in our first video for the defect, is largely not a good power at all. The thing is, right now we have such a small deck, and we want to get kunai triggers to make things like Glacier more powerful, that it's okay. And like, this is going to be triggering orbs, so you gotta, sometimes it's worth taking into account the fact that so we're going to block that hit entirely thanks to our buffer. It's worth taking into account like holograms and things like that. Like, we're already building a deck that wants us to play a ton of cards every turn, like especially cheap cards, that we can constantly cycle through. So with the amount of cycle we have in the deck, something like Hello World is not that good. Our previous deck, which was strictly a power build, and beyond that had no way to, like, no victory condition beyond just getting powers, Hello World would not have been that great, because we were using most of our energy to play things like Echo Form and creative AI, which requires a ton of energy, whereas right now we're trying to play a lot of zero cost cards. If any of that made sense. I know sometimes I ramble on a bit. Runic Pyramid, at the end of your turn you no longer discard your hand. I honestly think that's pretty bad for us. I want the cycle, especially if we get any more Hello Worlds from White Noise. I don't want a handful of crap when I need to cycle. You can no longer smith at rest sites. Well, let's think about that for a minute. What do we still need to smith? A Claw, just to give it an extra 2 damage to start. Chill to make it an 8. Ball Lightning to make it do 11 damage. FTL I think does 7 damage. Upgrade one of those defends, which we want to remove anyways. So, and our powers are all immediately upgraded. I mean, this is a storm deck now, you know? We want more powers. So, we're going to go ahead and take Fusion Hammer, Tiny House of course. Upon pickup, obtain 1 potion, gain 50 gold, raise your max HP by 5, obtain a card, and upgrade 1 random card. Tiny House is okay. Like, you get a lot from it, but it's all just temporary use stuff. We don't really want to upgrade a random card and obtain a card. The max HP would be nice, but the extra energy to play more powers, especially more expensive powers. Oh, of course, it's the Awakened one. So this should be an interesting fight. The Awakened one, of course, buffed every time you play a power. We are capable of generating a ton of defense. You know, don't get me wrong. But, that was fun. Entropic Brew we definitely want over, actually, over Flex Potion. That would help us stay defended. We could, you know, Steam Barrier, Hologram Steam Barrier, but it gets increasingly less useful as you play it. Okay, so Storm, that, an Echo Form, and a Boot Sequence. Also keep in mind that we have this Entropic Brew. That's going to be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 healing, thanks to Tori Ornithopter, if we go into the Awakened One fight with a full complement of potions, which, thanks to White Beast Statue, is very doable. That's exactly what you want to happen with Mummified Hand, is for power to hit another power. I don't want Snicker Oil. There's a second copy of Claw. Okay, we're gonna take it. For the reasons I said earlier, so that we can go Claw FTL and trigger Kunai to help offset the increased strength the Awakened One's going to get. That will probably be the last attack we take as well. Even if we get offered more claws, I'm not sure I have a reason to take more claws. Okay. Well, we just did a ton of damage to the Maw. Yeah, we're going to keep orbs coming out. It's our primary source of damage at the moment. We'll Defragment, we'll Glacier. Like, you know, even this is a good example. We're doing 40 defense with very little effort. So it's going to be a little bit before the Awakened One can actually chip through our defenses. In spite of the fact that he's going to be getting stronger and stronger as the battle goes on. No, we'll skip the Distilled Chaos as well. God, these are really good. We'll take that. Static Discharge, that's a power we need. Start each combat with 1 artifact. We are going to take that. We are going to take Horn Cleat. We're going to take Happy Flower. And we are going to take a Focus Potion over the Draw Potion. So my logic here is that we will start turn 2 with extra block. That'll help in the Awakened One fight when the Cultists are attacking as well. Static Discharge, of course, is a power which we need. And the Clockwork Souvenir, it's for what I was talking about not too long ago, just a couple battles ago. If we start with 1 artifact, we can take a Cognitive Bias. And increased focus is like having increased dex. Yeah, let's take out an unupgraded defend. Because that adds... Oh, yeah, we can't do anything now. Increased focus is going to add increased defense to the ice orbs that we get. Okay, so we'll innate. We'll hello world. We'll do that. Yep, last second kunai charge there. And since we start with an artifacting, this will not hurt us. Or rather, it won't give us the restrict debuff. Play another Doom and Gloom. We don't need a strength potion. We don't need any of those. Yeah, we'll go ahead and recall, I guess. Not a lot else to do. We'll take the Sapphire Key over the Bag of Marbles. We'll go ahead and consider going to the Heart on this run. You know, assuming we don't just die to the giant head. We're going to have a hell of a time, unfortunately, doing damage to him the traditional ways. And he's going to start hitting very hard as well. So let's do that. Let's do that. Loop will help a lot. We'll do that. We'll hologram back. Zap. And we'll dual cast that zap. So we'll buffer. That will help out a lot. And we'll chill. We might go ahead and use that focus potion just for the added defense to help block these incoming big hits. Okay, so we are defended. We need to have another crazy turn where no reason not to play that. It gives him a hit of slow to help our claws do more damage. So we want to do this claws dead last here. Okay. That was absorbed by buffer, luckily. Take the claw back out and do that, and that, and that, and that. Blood Vial. Start each combat heal 2. Not necessarily that important for us. I don't know why I keep forgetting that we have the fusion hammer and we can't smith those claws. Alright, so this one also... Ooh, another storm. That'll help. So we'll go ahead and boot sequence. Yeah, we're gonna take a little bit of damage. Okay, so we got Horn Cleat, luckily. We'll defragment. We'll Doom and Gloom. And we'll dual cast. Okay, so let's chill. Let's do that. Okay. Only a couple more rounds that we have to get him down to 0 attack. Buffer. We could just buffer the next 2 rounds and not even worry about this. But what fun is that? When we can just hit him with orb after orb after orb after orb. We're not even going to play Glacier this turn. Okay. And again, we could just buffer this entire round here. It's more fun to do that and humiliate him. We don't need an explosive potion. Capacitor, gain 3 orb slots. That's really good. If we can just build up an army of frost orbs, we'll be fine. No, don't care. Add a colorless card to our deck. Nope. And we'll rest uselessly. Alright, here we go. The Awakened one. We'll Storm, we'll Capacitor. We'll do that and a boot sequence and evoke those. Okay, so we're gonna... I know this seems like a really bad idea, but we are going to play all our powers, number one, and get out 4 charges of that. So this should kill... It'll kill the cultists. I know that all seemed absolutely insane, and you're probably thinking, well, why are you going to play another power card then? Don't judge me. Alright. So our buffer is gone. Now we have to start really considering what we're doing here. Like playing more focus. Okay, so we'll FTL, claw, we'll do that, we'll do that, we'll do that. We'll do that. Trust me, I'm a doctor. So you can see we did get him. We're gonna go ahead, even though that gets rid of our Doom and Gloom charge. We'll do that. We'll get a new one going. And that's because I want some defense against his attack that's coming up here. So, FTL, we'll Claw. Force Field, we'll Doom and Gloom. We'll Zap, and we'll Dual Cast. Alright, so there's Glacier. And that gets us fully defended. Let's drink that Entropic Brew and see if that helps. Didn't help in the way I wanted it to, but that will give us a little bit more of an edge against him. So we certainly need that. Okay. Here we go. So we will go ahead and attempt to beat the Heart with this deck. The Heart has a Beat of Death power, so you take damage every card you play. Yep, and we'll rest. See if there's anything that'll help us in the shop here. We have no X-Cost cards. We'll get Liquid Memories. If we get all for one, we'll bring back Zap, Dual Cast, FTL, Claw, and eventually Force Field. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so these guys are annoying. They do double damage if you're not facing them. So we'll start out with Storm, which immediately hits Force Field. Claw, Claw. Okay, so there's our buffer. There's our electrodynamics. There's another electrodynamics. All for one. You are dead. Another entropic brew. That's such a good get. Okay, so do we need any of those? I mean, applying weak to the heart's pretty good. We'll just take that for safety purposes. I was hoping it would upgrade the claws, but that's okay. So there we go, beat to death. And he also has invincible, so you can only do so much damage a turn to him. And it their shield does block beat to death, just FYI. We're gonna go ahead and do this. There's a cognitive bias, and that'll keep him from taking our artifact with his debuff as well. And we'll go ahead, we'll wait till we take damage to Entropic Brew. Ugh, it's annoying. Okay, so we will drink this though. So let's do that. Let's do that. Force Field, dual cast. He is doing 36 damage. We'll go ahead and block it, and we will Entropic Brew. And we will... Oh man. Yes, 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 yes. Keep in mind that he does 12 by 3 to himself as well when he does something like that. So let's Glacier. Do that. We will Buffer, and then we will Hologram back the Glacier. Whoops. It doesn't matter. Buffer's going to block that. Doesn't matter. Okay. So he does not 10-10 to attack, so we won't apply weak if we actually do that. But we'll do that so we can play that. So we're doing good so far. We got him down to almost half. This is a little annoying. Let's block so that we can start playing those cards. There's a Glacier. Even not upgraded, that's so good right now. Unfortunately, it is going to take our final charge of Buffer. Alright, so we're going to do that. We'll Doom and Gloom just because it's there. And we will do that just to do it. He is going to hit us a bit, but we're also going to hit him. Okay. So there you go. I said I wasn't going to do a heart run. Oh, he has artifacting anyway, so who cares? But there you go. That is not only an Ascension 1 victory, which is not hard to do. I'm not bragging here. But it is an Ascension victory against the Heart using a Rainbow Orb build. Had a ton of focus at the end there. That was a really good run. Thank you for joining me on that. This is, of course, his ending. Every character has an ending when you beat the Heart. So he kills the Heart, he escapes the Spire, and he is a self-aware automaton out in the world. Yep, victory. We can go ahead and proceed. Defect beta card art unlocked. You know what? We might go ahead and beat the other guys too, just to get beta art. And here's what we unlocked for our victory. Turbo. Gain 2 energy, add a void into your discard pile. Deal 24 damage. If this kills an enemy, gain 3 energy. Sunder is amazing. Meteor Strike. Even though it costs 5, deal 24 damage, channel 3 plasma. There's very easy ways to play this. Meteor Strike is also amazing. I am glad that we got to do all this. We will maybe do Ironclad or Watcher next time. Oh, hold on. Now what? Has it been done? The spire sleeps. And so shall I, after I watch this movie. Maybe read a book. Watch some YouTube. Alright. Y'all have a great day.